to the immortal memory and friendship of that noble pair Sir Lucius Cary and Sir H. Morison Ben Jonson, eternal brave infant of Saguntum, clear that coming forth in that great year, when the prodigious Hannibal did crown his rage, with razing your immortal town. Thou looking then about ere thou wert half got out, wise child, didst hastily return, and maddest thy mother's womb thine urn. How summed a circle didst thou leave mankind of deepest lore, could we the centre find? The counter-turn did wiser nature draw thee back from out the horror of that sack, where shame, faith, honor, and regard of right, lay trampled on? The deeds of death and night urged, hurried forth, and hurled upon this affrighted world? Sword, fire, and famine, with fell fury met, and all on utmost ruin set, as, could they but life's miseries foresee, no doubt all infants would return like thee. The stand for what is life, if measured by the space, not by the act, or masked man, if valued by his face, above his fact. Here's one outlived his peers and told forth fourscore years, he visited time, and busy the whole state, troubled both foes and friends, but ever to no ends. What did this stir but dilate? How well at 20 had he fallen or stood? For 3 of his fourscore, he did no good. The turn he entered well, by virtuous parts, got up and thrived with honest arts. He purchased friends, and fame, and honors then, and had his noble name advanced with men. But, weary of that flight, he stooped in all men's sight to sordid flatteries, acts of strife, and sunk in that dead sea of life so deep, as he did then death's waters sup, but that the cork of title buoyed him up. The counter-turn, alas, but Morison fell young. He never fell, thou fallest, my tongue. He stood, a soldier to the last right end, a perfect patriot and a noble friend, but most a virtuous son. All offices were done by him, so ample, full, and round in weight, in measure, number, sound, as, though his age imperfect might appear, his life was of humanity the sphere. The stand go now, and tell out days summed up with fears, and make them years. Produce thy mass of miseries on the stage to swell thine age. Repeat of things a throng, to show thou hast been long, not lived. For life doth her great actions spell, by what was done and wrought in season, and so brought to light. Her measures are, how well each syllab single quote he answered, and was formed how fair. These make the lines of life, and that's her air. The turn it is not growing like a tree in bulk, doth make men better be, or standing long in oak, 300 year, to fall a log at last, dry, bald, and sere. A lily of a day is fairer far in May, although it fall and die that night. It was the plant and flower of light. In small proportions we just beauties see, and in short measures life may perfect be. The counter-term call, noble Lucius, then for wine, and let thy looks with gladness shine. Accept this garland, plant it on thy head, and think, nay, no, thy Morison's not dead. He left the present age, pauses with holy rage, to see that bright eternal day, of which we priests and poets say such truths as we expect for happy men, and there he lives with memory, and bear the stand Jonson, who sung this of him ere he went himself to rest, or taste a part of that full joy he meant to have expressed in this bright asterism, where it were friendship's schism, were not his Lucius long with us to tarry, to separate these twilights, the dioscuri, and keep the one half from his Harry. But fate doth so alternate the design, whilst that in heaven, this light on earth must shine. The turn and shine as you exalted are, 2 names of friendship, but 1 star, of hearts the union. And those not by chance made, or indentured, or least apt to advance the profits for a time. No pleasures vain did chime of rhymes, or riots at your feasts, orgies of drink, or faint protests, but simple love of greatness and of good that needs brave minds and manners, more than blood. The counter-turn this made you first to know the why you liked, then after to apply that liking, and approach so one to the other, till either grew a portion of the other, each styled by his end, the copy of his friend. You lived to be the great surnames and titles by which all made claims unto the virtue, nothing perfect done, but as a Cary or a Morison. The stand in such a force the fair example had, as they that saw the good and durst not practice it, were glad that such a law was left yet to mankind. where they might read and find friendship indeed was written, not in words, and with the heart, not pen, of two so early men, whose lives her roles were, and records, who, ere the first down blew met on the chin had sowed these fruits, and got the harvest in.